G'day legends, How Aussie here, back with another Ripper video, and this one's about something we all care about, our health. Now, managing your health in this day and age can be harder than dodging a drop bear in the bush. Work, family, life. It all piles up, leaving you with about as much free time as a one-legged man in a sack race. Who's got time to be lining up at the chemist, right? Well, that's where our new best mate comes in, online pharmacies. They're like the online mate who always picks up the phone, except instead of dodgy dating advice, they deliver your prescriptions and health goodies straight to your door. No more battling crowds in your tracky dacks. For us Aussies, online pharmacies aren't just some fancy new trend. They're changing the game faster than you can say shrimp on the Barbie. They're making healthcare more accessible and convenient for everyone, whether you're in the heart of Sydney or out in the sticks. So chuck another snag on the Barbie, crack open a coldie, and let's dive into the wonderful world of online pharmacies. Remember when the internet was just for checking the footy scores and emailing your nan? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, things have changed a bit, haven't they? Over the past few years, and especially after that whole pandemic thing that shall not be named, online everything just exploded. And guess what? Online pharmacies were leading the charge like a kangaroo on a trampoline. More Aussies than ever are jumping online, ordering their meds and health stuff with a few clicks, all while still rocking those comfy Ugg boots. Why the sudden popularity contest, you ask? Well, for starters, everyone and their dog has a smartphone these days. Plus, let's be honest, sometimes going to the chemist feels like you're taking out a second mortgage. Online pharmacies can be easier on the wallet, which is always a win in my book. Now, we're pretty lucky here in Oz. We've got a top-notch healthcare system. But even the best systems have a few snags. Kinda like that time I tried to build a barbecue out of an old tyre. For some Aussies, getting to a chemist is like trying to find a needle in a haystack, especially if you're living miles from anywhere. And then there's the cost of medications, which can give you more sticker shock than finding a spider in your shoe. And let's not forget the awkwardness factor. Sometimes you just don't want to chat with Barry from down the street about your personal health needs. That's where online pharmacies come in, offering a bit more privacy than a public shower cubicle. Remember when you had to race against the clock to get to the pharmacy before it closed? You'd be sweating like a sheepdog in a sauna, praying they hadn't already shut up shop. Well, those days are gone, my friend. Online pharmacies are open 24/7, which is about as convenient as having a personal assistant who also makes a mean cuppa. Whether you're up at the crack of dawn or burning the midnight oil, you can order your meds and other health essentials anytime, anywhere. It's like having a pharmacy in your pocket, minus the weird smells and questionable carpet. Let's be real. Nobody likes forking over their hard-earned cash for something they don't love, especially when it comes to something as essential as healthcare. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Well, what if I told you that online pharmacies often have better prices than your local chemist? Yeah, you heard that right. Because they don't have the same overheads as a physical store, they can pass those savings on to you. Plus, you might even snag some sweet online-only discounts. Saving money and staying healthy. Now that's a combo that's more Aussie than a snag sanga. We all have our little secrets, right? Like that time I tried to make my own beer and it tasted like a kangaroo's sock. The point is, some things are just better kept private. And that includes certain health products. Online pharmacies get that. They offer discreet packaging, so you can order those sensitive items without feeling like you're on an episode of. Ever walked into your local chemist looking for something specific, only to be told they're fresh out? It's about as frustrating as trying to swat flies on a hot summer's day. Well, good news, folks. Online pharmacies are like the mega supermarkets of the health world. They've got everything from your everyday vitamins and painkillers to those hard-to-find specialty products you wouldn't catch dead asking Barry from down the street about. Chapter 7. Digital Health Wizards, your pocket-sized health helpers. Remember the days of scribbling down reminders on the back of beer coasters? Yeah, me neither. Luckily, we live in the future, where technology does all the remembering for us, and online pharmacies have totally jumped on board the digital health train. Think automatic prescription refills, so you never run out of your meds again. or telehealth consultations, so you can chat to a doctor without leaving your couch. They've even got medication reminders that are more reliable than your mate Dave after a few beers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ordering meds online? Sounds a bit sus, right? But hold your horses. Just like finding a good plumber or a reliable dog groomer, you've just got to know what to look for. All the reputable online pharmacies in Australia are fully licensed and regulated. That means they're run by real, qualified pharmacists who know their stuff better than a kookaburra knows how to laugh. They also take your privacy seriously, because nobody wants their medical history plastered on a billboard. Speaking of top-notch online pharmacies, let's talk about Pharmacy Direct for a sec. They've been around since 1996, which is longer than some of us have been alive. They've got a massive range of medications, health products, and even those little things you always forget at the supermarket. Plus, their prices are competitive, their delivery's fast, and their customer service is friendlier than a koala at a picnic. What more could you ask for? Now, before you go off and order your entire medicine cabinet online, there are a few things to keep in mind. First up, make sure the online pharmacy is actually Australian and registered. You don't want to be ordering your meds from some dodgy website that's run out of a mate's shed. Check for those secure website thingamajigs, the HTTPS thingy, to make sure your personal details are safe. And lastly, always make sure there's a way to contact a real live pharmacist if you have any questions. Well, there you have it, folks. Online pharmacies are changing the way we Aussies do healthcare. No more rushing, no more hassles, and no more awkward encounters with Barry from down the street. With trusted names like Pharmacy Direct leading the charge, it's never been easier to take control of your health. So whether you're a city slicker or a country bumpkin, remember, good health is just a few clicks away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to order some more sunscreen. This Aussie sun doesn't mess around.